Thanks again for your time and congratulations. I wonder if, I know you've talked about this before, but if you could repeat the importance of the utility of the way you were tested in this tournament as you prepare for July, and then some young players that maybe didn't expect to step up, like Jaden and Jenna. That complicates things a little bit for picking the 18, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's been so good to face so many different types of, rivals, I guess, and competitors with different styles of play and very clear things that they were trying to do. It meant that we were going to have different opportunities in every game. And also there were going to be things that we'd either have to try and nullify or just agree that they're going to do what they do and we just have to do what we do better. And that is so important as you build towards a major tournament, to really talk through the tactics of why, to empower players to make decisions on the field. Every one of these experiences we kind of keep with us now, and they're things that we can draw on and go back to, this is like this game, this is like that game, or what worked and what didn't work, and how do we make these individual moments better, but also, tactically, can we recognize when somebody's, changed shape on us or is maybe playing differently than we expected they were going to. And I think those are really valuable things. And then I think you touched on just the amount of different players that played in this tournament, and it's huge. I think some of the less experienced players that you just mentioned, they've never played in a stadium like this with 31,000, with everything with a trophy on the line. And it's just such valuable experience. Like nothing's left on the table in terms of experiences. We've talked about squeezing everything we can out of these games, and it's all coming with us, and they're not done yet. They're not done yet.
Hi, Jorge Camacho from Synthesis TV. Congratulations, coach, for this tournament. What was the strategy to stop Brazil? Because it was the first time this tournament they didn't go against.
Yeah, I think Brazil is always, they're a very entertaining team, very difficult to play against, have a strong team identity, lots of individual skill. I mean, some of the things that individuals were doing out there, we don't see replicated a lot with other competitors, and they're difficult. I think actually we were pinned in for quite a bit of the first half, and it took us some time to work our way out of that. And then the timing of our goal was really critical, just before half. Means we come back with a slightly different strategy in the second half, and game state changes things. And that was just such a critical goal and the critical timing of things. But we also knew that there would be space, wide of their center backs. And the goal was to make sure that whether it was through organized play or in these transition moments or these transition-like moments that the goal came from, that we were able to find those players quickly and then either capitalize on an early cross or just move the ball higher up the field so that then we could get our numbers up and knock the ball a little bit more. And I think that's actually pretty indicative of the goal where, we found Trin was able to move the ball higher up the field. The whole team was able to move up. We've now been able to reset to Foxy and have numbers on the back posts. So that was really important. And you understand you're going to concede some things during the game, that's just part of it when you play such a talented opposition that's willing to throw, 5 numbers consistently on your back line.
Hi, Twila. Scott French from Soccer America. Over the last month in camp and in this tournament, what did you learn about this group? What were you most gratified by, and by winning the tournament, in what ways did that punctuate the work that you did?
Yeah, that's an interesting word you used, punctuate the work we did, because we talked a lot about making sure that we won tonight to validate the work that we've done over the course of the tournament. And I think the thing that I'm most impressed with the group is that we are able to use everything. Everything works. We use it for the good. We take, the hard things, the celebrations, every moment, especially just the tactical situations. I think someone was alluding to this earlier. Just we take everything with us as learnings. Everything, whether we win and hopefully not lose a whole lot ever, but regardless of the end state of the game, everything is a learning moment for us to move forward, and not just for the people on the pitch or not just the immediate people that a particular situation might be affecting, but for everybody. And this is a group that's moving forward together. that still wants more time together. It's time to go back to club for them and do those things, but we genuinely enjoy being together and feel like we're just getting started. This is a group that's just getting started.
Hey, Coach, Cameron Nia with the Sporting Tribune. Over this tournament, the team showed quite a bit of resilience, obviously with the Mexico loss, the waterlogged pitch last game, maybe even somewhat of a slow start today. Could you talk about the resilience of the group and then also what you learned about Corbin Albert and Sam Coffey this tournament?
Yeah, I think what you're calling resilience, we call grit. And it's something that we feel is in our DNA and just part of who we are. It's something that we need to lead with more often. And whether it's starting fast and applying pressure or digging deep in key moments to make sure that we execute and all the little moments in between, grit is a big part of our DNA and who we are. And I'm just really proud of the group for being proud of that. It's not always a narrative that, people celebrate all over the world. And it's definitely a part of who we are. And we can play different systems. We can play different styles. We can play with different partnerships, but we will always have that to our DNA. For Sam and Corbin, I mean, just what an impact they've had, and I think I was talking to each of them afterwards and they're just kind of taking it all in right now. But I think they understand that where they are right now is just a first step. They're getting a lot of their first experiences and they're both very intelligent, hardworking, humble, know how to, put their hand up if something hasn't gone right. They always circle back to it. They'll be out the next day at training, doing what we call extras, working on those little things. And I think they help have rhythm tonight. I don't know if that was so much on display, just the way the game went, but they are players. We challenged the whole group at halftime to just connect the first pass after transition and try and eliminate as many transition after transition moments as possible, because that plays into what Brazil does. And I thought they both actually were key in the small steps we took to do that.
Hi, Coach Justin Ruderman from SBI Soccer. Congratulations on the win. You were put in kind of an interesting and unique position here in this tournament, knowing that this would be your only tournament in charge of this team. I'm wondering, just from a person. Okay,
Not getting rid of me that fast.
make it your tournament. You can call it then. Call it if you want. My question is just from a personal perspective. What did you feel like you learned as a coach, as a person in this tournament?
I'll probably have to do probably more reflection on that and probably have a different answer, next week or next time we see each other at She Believes. But I think the key is just to be in the moment, to put the outside noise, aside, to really focus on the people in front of you and know that with all the resources that we have and the commitment we've made as a group, in terms of players and coaches and the delegation, like all 60 something of us, that we have to believe in like what we do and just do it well and love it, like enjoy every second of it, and it will work out, and I think that's a message, really for everybody. It's difficult to do, but so worth it.
Hi, Twila, Sandra Herrera from CBS Sports. Congratulations on the win tonight. We're getting a little reflective right now, but you've been interim head coach with this team for quite some time, since last August. You have been with this program, with the 2023 exit, that's a very low point to have kind of experienced that with some of the players in this group. And you literally just won a title with them minutes ago. So there's probably not a lot of time for you to be reflective, but what has it meant to you personally to get this win tonight, lift this trophy with this team? And not only that, but there were some individual awards issued as well. The team also got fair play, Jaden Shaw with best player and glove for Nair. So what does it mean for you to win this title and to see them continue to win all those awards tonight?
Yeah, I'm just so happy for the team. This is a team and a program that will always have, attention and expectations on it. And we say that pressure is a privilege, and it is. But it's another thing to walk the walk. And we have all together owned, our World Cup experience. We've regrouped, we've set new goals, we've set new style of play. We're working towards something together, and it's very public process. And that's just not easy. And I'm just so proud of them. And I'm just so happy that I enjoy the opportunity to coach at this level. That's the thing that I take away, is that it is fun. It is fun.
Twila Alejandro with San Diego Punto Football. Jaden Shaw won the best player of the tournament today, and she scored in every single one of her starts.
Yeah. It's really simple. I don't think when we look out towards the future or anything like that, I just don't believe it's about a particular starting 11. You know, obviously we're going to have a group that works towards something and plays like more core minutes. But when you think, for instance, like towards an Olympic roster and there's only 16 field players, it's about picking the right 11 for the day and then thinking about the timing in which your subs are going to take place and stuff like that. So we anticipated that Brazil would play some 3-4-3 or something like that. We anticipated there'd be a lot of space in the wide areas, and we identified part of our strategy early on was to play with wide players wide. And Jaden is usually an interior player for us. We also knew that the game would probably be quite transitional, and we wanted time to see where the balls were bouncing and landing most so that we could strategically, put her where we felt she would be on the ball most without having to go win it for herself, and she accepts that, the team accepts that. And this is the beauty of having such a big player pool, that we have talented players that can rise to the occasion. Of course, she could play wide, but we also have players that play wide consistently and don't invert, for instance. And that's just part of being part of a team, is that the luxury for a coach to be able to pick and choose, who are the right players for each game. And then how can you insert special players like Jaden to give them the best opportunity of being in a place to score a goal.
Hi, Coach. Tamara Griffin with The Athletic. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
What kind of precedent do you think this tournament sets, not only in the region, but globally, when we look at tournaments across different confederations? You mentioned the value add of being able to play so many different kinds of teams in a tournament, an Olympic style schedule. This being the first of its kind, what kind of bar do you think it sets for future tournaments like it, and for this one in particular?
Yeah, I think we'll see, these sort of coming together of teams from different confederations more often. That's amazing to be a part of the, first W Gold Cup. We know that it's going to continue and it's going to be a very strong tournament. I think a big thing, we know how good these teams are. We know that. We play them regularly. We understand what they bring to the table. We understand the diversity of types of style of play that exists, the nuances, not easy to play against, high caliber individual players, good organized teams. And, we saw that with some of the success of teams at the World Cup. And now we have multiple teams, going to the Olympics. And it's really good competition for us. I think it's important for the world to see the more major tournaments, that we have that showcase all the talent on this side of the world is really important. And we're proud to be a part of it.
Ivan Yo, Prost America, congratulations. Well, what does it mean to be the first to win this tournament?
It's great. I don't know if there's any particular meaning about it being the first, but I think more like it being the first with this team since the World Cup just feels incredible. And, hopefully next time this tournament comes around, we'll be right back here and having the same sort of conversations.